Bat Baby. Maybe you should come up here and say hi. Eh? Why don't you come say hi? Hello, my honey. Oh, this is how Baby and I talk to each other most of the time now. She just comes up right to my face and says hello. Such a good baby. I thought you might want to say hi to everybody. Hello. Welcome to the 31 Days of King Juggernaut. I'm your host, Karen Stever. Other hostess here, Bat Baby. So, yes, I was talking to you, yes. She's my best friend. I have ponytails in my hair because I just thought of this like right before jumping on camera. It's not that planned. I was going to show you Katy. Today's puzzle piece is Katy. You'll see a silhouette of a wheelchair with a little girl in it and the word Katy. Actually, let me show you Ian first. Do you guys remember when I was down in Los Angeles years ago, made some heads, and then I made some bodies and stuff and some clothes? And this is Ian. He creeps out everybody that he comes into contact with, but like Ian, he's got some overalls and stuff on him. Nice overalls. He's from 1939, right? A little poor boy's hat on. I had so much fun making that, but I made his head out of clay and baked him in the oven, and then like I put hair on his head. See, I have a hairdressing background and it came in handy, but I glued every single, I took some, I'd go to like a swap meet and find dolls, and I just wanted them for their hair. Kind of creepy. So I would glue his hair on individually, see? Nice cut, eh? I even put like some blonde bits in there just to, you know, make it look a little bit more real. So that's Ian. The reason why I wanted to show you Ian is because Ian's got full body, see? Whereas Katy does not. Katy is just a head. That's Katy. So, but I saw her ponytails and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna wear ponytails for my video today. So that's Katy, and that's who I'm talking about today. Katy becomes a very dear friend of Ian. He meets her at the asylum, the children's hospital. So you may have seen the children's hospital in the Blackguard video. Frank, who has done, you know, he's been my creative partner for a long time. We've done so much music together. We did the Playground record together. We did Idiot Spawn together. We did many videos. He built that whole asylum in the Blackguard video and did animation, and just an incredible talent who I'm really excited to have illustrate the cover of the book that I'm going to show to you guys on Halloween. So I wanted to show you Katy because Katy is our puzzle piece today. And like I said, she met Ian in the asylum, and but she's not like Ian, who is nonverbal. Ian is a nonverbal savant with a retrocognitive ability. Katy she's a little different. She is the mom that she never had. She makes sure everybody's where they're supposed to be at all times, and very smart and very compassionate. She's very intuitive. She's very aware of all her surroundings. And Katy is in a wheelchair. This happened to her at the children's hospital. She didn't go in a wheelchair, so it happened to her there. And later, she goes on all these adventures with Ian and does it from her chair. And I wanted to really, it was really important for me to responsibly represent Katy from her chair for the community, because, you know, she gets a lot more done from her chair than a lot of people do on 2 legs. So I'm always, you know, really proud of her. So I thought I would read a little bit from page 335. So which chapter is that? That is Magpie's Raid, the Penny Arcade. If you have the Idiot Savant CD, you might recognize that as a lyric from Full Length Mirror? One of them. I don't even know anymore. I've been the 7-book mode. I can't remember my CD. So I will read. So there is a part where somebody hands Ian a flashlight. They're out on one of their adventures. I'm not going to tell you which one, but they're out on their adventure. And they hand Ian a flashlight, and then they disappear into the dark. He looked at it for a moment, and then handed it to Katy. And there's Katy in her chair, and you have to understand she has some animal friends around her. She's, like I said, she's a mom, so she's babysitting, or mothering, I should say, these 2 monkeys. So anyway, she says to Ian, "Don't you need it?" she asked as Ian looked down to see his skull compass begin to glow. That's what, oh, that's a whole other story. I'll talk to you about the spiders a little later, but he has a glowing compass. "You have night mode on your compass? That is so amazing," Katy said with glee. "But thank you for this. Where did you even get it?" Katy held it tightly to her chest and said, and this really defines, I wanted to read this part because it really defines Katy. She says, "I am a sleuth. Look at me, Ian. I'm an electric sleuth tonight." She twirled her chair as Whitecap and Booza, who are the 2 monkeys, ran in circles around her. Meanwhile, Ian's hands were full with his compass in his one hand, and he had an elephant bullhook in the other. Katy says, "I think someone wants their stick back," and she noted as Ollie the baby elephant stood beside Ian. He turned to look at the calf, who was very well behaved. Ian lifted the bullhook up, and she laid right down. And this is where Katy's very intuitive. She says, "That's not right. She thinks you are the boss because of that horrible stick." Ian looked at the bullhook and then handed it to Ollie, who tripped over her own trunk to pick it up. This is a baby elephant. That is Katy. She's that motherly, intuitive, compassionate friend for Ian to go on all the adventures. And like I said, I really wanted to represent her responsibly because she is in a wheelchair. And a lot of the people that I know who have been in wheelchairs and who live their life that way feel like people just look down on them and don't understand that who you are isn't based on your mobility. It's on who you are. And so I really wanted to introduce Katy as this really just, she's such an exceptional spirit. And I hope that you fall in love with her because I certainly did through the writing process. It's funny, you know, as an author, you're making shit up, right? And I made up so much shit that at the end of it, I feel like I need to write more because I need to still have this relationship with these children and these animals. And I hope that's a sign that this story is worth reading because it's certainly been a big part of my life. And I have lots of people who I consider friends, but not really close who know everything about me. These kids and these animals know everything. They saw me through the process of writing, and then they saw the peripheral drama and craziness that surrounded it, and they have for almost 10 years. And I like that that much time has passed, and yet they are still 9 years old. Like, that's pretty cool. And that's a great thing about imagination and creativity. And I hope that this series causes you to get your creativity back and for you to spend time on the playground because you were meant to do that. That was the original intention for you, is to live your life as though you were a child, innocently, full of vim and vinegar, and just going out there and attacking things full on without too much fear of consequence. So yeah, you gotta have a little bit of fear of consequence, but children don't, and they get a lot done. And children in our world right now are getting way more done than our leaders. So I hope that you will get a chance to read this whole book and come along with me on the journey of it. Not just wait for the book to be released, read it, and then, you know, wait for the next one. What I'm hoping for you to do is to have dialogue throughout. And I hope that we can build our community to be something where we continuously talk about the issues that are bothering us, whether that's depression and our inability to get back to the playground, whether we have family issues like, you know, like I talked to you about with Ian's issues, for children who are on the spectrum at all, Asperger's, autism, all those things, the parents, the families who deal with that. I hope that it spawns a discussion that causes us to look in the right direction again and get back to who we are, get back to the playground, stop talking about all the crap in the world so much and start talking creatively again, have relationships with our children again, have relationships with our pets and our animals again, but most of all, have a relationship with ourselves again. We forgot who we are. And I hope that King Juggernaut, this elephant, reminds you that just because we forgot how to lead, an elephant never forgets. I will talk to you again tomorrow. I hope that you order the book and I will sign it to you. And as always, 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 rock on.